I had been performing this piece for over 2 years when it suddenly occurred to me that there were no pieces about birth. It was a bizarre vision. Although, when I told the journalist about this recently, he asked me, "What's the connection?" Almost 21 years ago, I adopted a son, Dylan. He was very close to me in age. Last year, he and his wife Shiva had a baby. They asked me to be present for the birth. I don't think, in all my investigation, that I really understood vaginas until that moment. If I was in awe of them before the moment my granddaughter, Colette, was born, I was certainly in deep worship now.
I was there when her vagina opened. We were all there, her mother, her husband and I, and the nurse from the Ukraine, with her whole hand up in her vagina, feeling and turning with her rubber glove as she talked casually to us, like she was turning on a loaded faucet. I was there when the contractions made her crawl on all fours, made the unfamiliar moans leak out of her pores, and still there when she screamed suddenly, wild, her arms striking at the electric air. I was there when her vagina changed from a shy sexual hall to an archaeological tunnel, a sacred vessel, a Venetian canal, a deep well with a tiny child stuck inside, waiting to be rescued. I saw the colors of her vagina. They changed. Saw the bruised, broken blue, the blistering tomato red, the gray pink, the dark. Saw the blood, like perspiration along the edges. The yellow white liquid, the shit, the clots pushing out all her holes, pushing harder and harder. We looked into her then. We couldn't get our eyes out of that place. I was there when each of us, me and her mother, held a leg and spread her wide, pushing against her with all our strength, pushing, and her husband telling her to focus harder, counting sternly 1, 2, 3. We forget about vaginas, all of us. What else would explain our lack of awe, our lack of wonder? I was there when the doctor reached in with the Alice in Wonderland spoons, and still there, after hours, when her vagina suddenly became a wide, operatic mouth, singing with all its strength. First, the little head, then the great flopping arm, then the swimming fast body swimming quickly into our arms. I was there later. When I stood, I just turned and faced her all spread, completely exposed, mutilated, swollen, and torn, bleeding all over doctor's hands, who was calmly sewing her there. I stood, and as I stared, her vagina suddenly became a wide, red, pulsing heart. The heart is capable of sacrifice. So is the vagina. The heart is ready to forgive and repair. It can change its shape to let us in. It can expand to let us out. So can the vagina. It ache for us, and breathe for us, and die for us, and bleed us into this difficult, wondrous world. So can the vagina. I was there in the room. I remember